It's 15 minutes on to 9 o'clock. Wrap-up of the Azam Premier League. Did Vipers win in... Oh, they lost the game and handed over the trophy. No, they ended up beating them?
They did, and they wrapped it up in style eventually, scoring 2 goals that they needed to go on and ultimately be crowned Azam Uganda Premier League champions for the year 2014-2015, and that's a huge feat by them, especially since at the start of the season you thought, well, was the season going to go on? There was a lot happening at the start of the season, from new sponsorship deals and signing all these deals, and who are they going to go with? There were a couple of court cases at some stage. There were a couple of injunctions on the league itself, but finally the league itself ending and Azam being crowned Vipers being crowned champions of the Azam Premier League by virtue of that. Farouk Mia getting the MVP. Overall, of course, top scorer eventually ending up to be Robert Sentongo from URA. Right. He has a couple of hat-tricks en route to that. When you look at the pictures there. Some
bragging rights.
Bragging rights at the end of the day.
That's good enough.
That's not good.
It will get there. I think it will get there.
They take like a shield or something.
Yeah, they do get a trophy. They do get a trophy. At least that one. Even at our worst. Okay,
since Azam is sponsoring, it's probably.
No, even at our worst, we actually gave out a trophy as well. So
okay.
That's what happened yesterday in some of the games. KCC losing their last game, although it wouldn't matter at all what happens. URA winning their game against Express, Robert Sentongo and Feni Ali getting.
So how does the league finish? Vipers on top. Second?
Villa, KCC, URA.
Okay.
Then, of course, at the bottom, where all the action was, eventually, Kira Young, the side that was unlucky, Sowana, and is celebrating because they actually went on to survive relegation. So they won when they needed to. Kira Young got beaten, so that means they joined Renshama and Entebbe as the sides that went down eventually in the Azam Premier League. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I get excited when I see Olympic qualifiers. So now 2016 Olympic qualifiers, Cobs head to Kigali this weekend. Yeah. And tell us more about it.
It's always quite the journey because it takes such a long time. We've seen Ghana go and play there, and these are the Ghana players that we now see that are participating for their senior side. The problem with Uganda is we don't have structures in place, and most of the times when this happens, you see an under-23 side and you never see any of them again. You don't know where they end up eventually, because maybe some are not even under-23 and some are end up going somewhere else and stop playing football maybe. But right now we are project 2019 Cameroon, looking at a new thing, under 23 side. We're going to be taking on a Rwanda side in the first leg down at the Amahoro Stadium. It's a huge one, and if it does get filled, they definitely will have the advantage going into that one. So that leg is on Saturday down in Kigali before the second leg comes down to Kampala for that under 23 side for the Olympic qualifiers, which is still a long way to go. I think for Uganda to get to Rio, they've got to go through a couple of fixtures, but first of all take care of Rwanda en route to that.
All right, let's talk some international sport in NBA. Who took game 1 in the West?
The West was taken by Golden State Warriors, drawing fast blood in that one, but it was really close until the really last quarter, the fourth quarter. I think it was at 97, about 3 or so minutes to play. The Rockets eventually falling 110 to 106 is what Golden State Warriors needed. The margins are small. These are both great sides. There was very little to separate these two sides, especially in the first half of this game. So you want to imagine that this series might actually go the entire distance, which I don't think will be the case for the Eastern Conference final, which pits Cleveland Cavaliers up against Atlanta Hawks. Hawks have been the side, that team side that everyone wants to think about. They've played as a unit. You cannot pick on that one individual that had stood out, but I think overall as a unit, Al Horford and the guys have really, really been tremendous. Cleveland on the other side have some superstars on card. LeBron James, who has made a couple of finals, looks like the man that everyone will be looking to, because he has been at this stage before, unlike a lot of his castmates. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love have not exactly played at this stage before. So would be a good one to look forward to. That one is tonight, but the first conference game one, Golden State Warriors winning that one.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about the Coppa Italia final. Does Lazio's game tonight make Juventus's treble easier or harder?
Maybe slightly easier.
I can see Aisha's eyes are just on you.
No, maybe easier, maybe easier. I think, well, talk of treble should not start now. They need to first take care of Barcelona. People.
What's Barcelona when
in
you
the
can
Champions
beat Real
League, but
Madrid?
they can start with the Dow at the moment. They already have the domestic title in the bag, and they've got the Coppa Italia to worry about. They've been superb throughout the group stages.
Say that again.
There's a 6-1.
Say that again.
Superb.
Okay.
6-1 against the Verona side. In the quarterfinals, they beat up on Parma, took care of Fiorentina in the semi-final, and of course Lazio themselves had to go past the really smaller sides, Bassano, but eventually knocked out AC Milan and took care of Napoli in the semi-final, who I think are one of the league sides that love to play cup finals and all. So it will be an interesting one, this one. I can't simply call it. On the good day, you think that Juventus ought to take care of this one. Andrea Pirlo celebrating his birthday yesterday should be a key factor. Paul Pogba is back from an injury, and he's been playing quite very well. And overall, though, Carlos Tevez has netted so many goals for them. And obviously, they go into this one as favourites, but Lazio will have something to say about it.
All right. Arsenal need only a draw. Only. Against Sunderland. Do you think Sunderland will
They don't
beat
need a
Arsenal?
draw, actually. I think it's Sunderland.
It's Sunderland who needs a draw to survive relegation.
They'll be
need
relegated.
nothing.
But for us, if we lose this game,
And
what
United
happens?
win their last game, they can
We still
go
have a
past.
game in hand.
Yeah,
there's
actually,
a
Arsenal
game in
have
hand.
a
so we
game.
can lose.
Yeah.
But game in hand with who?
No, they have an extra game to play, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yes. So regardless of who it is, they will, I think they'll finish third. They'll need to work
We still
hard.
need, we can't
You
allow
who? I mean,
Arsenal
what-
needs to
What's wrong with
win.
this set?
Okay, tonight
Everyone is-
Arsenal plays Sunderland, so make sure you
Is
catch
everyone
that game.
Arsenal as in us? We need who? You who? At least I know. You Arsenal as well. Or you Juventus.
Okay, before we go, power.
No,
power
but Sunderland actually need to win in order to survive relegation. They need a draw at least,
Right.
at the very least a point to survive relegation.
and Arsenal needs to stay third, so that's going to be an interesting game. Let's first talk about Power. Power facing Sharing today also. Is it an opportunity for Mugabe to show the depth of his squad?
Maybe not. I think for Sharing, they've got a new coach. They've got a Mzungu coach that always turns spirits around the men's side. They're facing a Power side that has looked very good as well. So 8:30 p.m. at the YMC, and in the women's, the Amazon Rhinos will be up against the Magic Stormers at 6:30 p.m. in the Airtel National Basketball League.
All right, more details of that will be coming up at 1:30 p.m. on Omumuli. Make sure you catch a trio, Isma, Romansi, and Alan. And of course, they'll be giving you all the analysis there. Today, if you're celebrating a birthday, share it with Ike Casillas of Real Madrid, who is not playing the Champions League.
And Kevin Gane actually, as
Kevin Gane
the basketballer.
Is celebrating a birthday today.
Today as well.
Peter Cech is celebrating a birthday today also. Cher, you know Cher?
Yeah.
Yeah, she turned
Cher,
68.
no clothes, yeah.
Do you believe in love?
Then wear any
That
clothes
chick,
or
yeah.
it's,
And now she's
happy with her body.
She's in Broadway. Lots of plastic surgery, but she's still standing.
Everything is up, yeah.
Would you do plastic surgery?
Did you hear what she said?
Would you do plastic surgery? That's a yes.
Plead the fifth.
Oh my
think I
goodness,
plead
women. Okay, I thought you'd allow your natural self to slowly
To shine through.
deflate.
I mean, what is plastic surgery?
There's different levels.
Different.
There's
Yeah,
like-
there's some
What
cosmetic.
part would you do? Okay, let's call it cosmetic surgery.
I've worked on my teeth. That's
That's
cosmetic.
Not
that's
cosmetic.
cosmetic
It's
surgery.
That's acceptable.
Why?
I don't know, it's acceptable. But what would you get
You're
a boob
looking
job? We have to go. Friday Nakazwe is coming up with Mwasi Zemutia, and the singer is here to ask, what happens if now you're married for a long time and love disappears?
Eh,
How do you recover from that?
That's an interesting
That's a
topic.
very interesting topic, so make sure you catch that.
Don't
Feel
even
free to
need
continue
marriage alone.
conversation on our Facebook pages and Twitter. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.